Hello, hello. I see that I'm live. Why? What happened to that? I thought I had my... Okay. Sorry about that. I thought that I had my, and I'm positive I did, my Instagram ready to go. And I obviously didn't because it wasn't there, which is really weird because I know I did it. Huh. I must have forgotten to do a step. Hello, bonjour. My name is Denise Willerton. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in East St. Paul, Manitoba, Canada. Basically Winnipeg. So if you do not have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would love to help you with that. I was just writing down Karen's name because I see that she shared, so she's going to be entered for the draw at the end of my live. Sorry about my hairdo. I just kind of threw myself together here this morning. It's gonna rain. I want to get outside and do some planting. So right after this, I'm outside playing in the mud, which is another one of my happy places. This is my other happy place. Bonjour, Lucy. Welcome here. And so if you do not have or if you do have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, please stay. I just might leave you with some inspiration. So, question for you all. Who has scraps? Who has like little pieces of beautiful design paper scraps kind of starting to bury you in your studio or your crafting corner? Who has scraps? Well, good morning, Christine McKay. I haven't seen your name pop up in a while. Nice to see you. Darlene, I will share. Just let me. So, yeah, who has scraps? You have lots. Great, Karen. You have come to the right place. I don't know if you happen to have your scraps handy, Karen, but that's what we're going to be playing with today. Okay. So, on my prototype card that I'm not going to show you right now, my scraps were, let me look at a ruler here. My scraps were, what were they? They were 3/8 of an inch wide, okay? So there's no rule as to how wide your scraps are, okay? I will show you that in a minute. I'm just catching up here. Well, Lucy, pull out your scraps. Let's do this. Cheryl, thank you for sharing. Let me add your name. I bet you have scraps. I know I'm a scrap saver. Who else is a scrap saver? I am. Let me chat you up for just a smidge here. Let me change that. And there we go with blurry again. Oh, I don't know. Like maybe, okay, there you go. It's trying to focus. So annoying, ladies. So annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to have to talk to one of my demonstrator friends, pardon me, who has been sort of having the same issue. So Cheryl, I don't know if you are in your studio. Sorry, I need to put a candy in my mouth before I have a coughing fit. My June card class. Wow, I'm all over the map here. Lucy, thank you for sharing. I feel like I'm still half asleep. Yeah, I'm a scrap saver. Definitely, definitely. June card class, June 11th and 12th. On the 11th in the morning and the evening are my live classes here in my studio. June 12th is a virtual class at 10 a.m. You can join that class anywhere in Canada. I will quickly send you your kit via mail for, I think it's an additional I think it's $4, which is great. I mean, who doesn't want to craft, even if you're doing it virtually? Let me know. And you know what? If you do want to sign up for that, let me see if I can find it real quick. Right here, where it says bit.ly, that's what you're going to grab. Write that down. I don't know if you can copy and paste it, but anyway, get that bit.ly thing down. Fire me an email or with that. Wow, I can't talk. Write the bit.ly down, put it in your Google search or whatever your search engine. It'll bring you to my form. Fill out the form. If you want virtual, I can send you your kit. If you want in-house class, I can sign you up for that. Okay. Wow, I should go back to bed. Okay, here we go. So that's my June class. BYOP. I had a BYOP this week at the beginning of the week, and I had girls ask, when is your next one? So you know what? My next one is June 18th. Okay. I am taking July and August off. My husband is off for the summer. So I thought, you know what? I need to hang with him. Okay. If you would like to place an online order, well, hello, Gail. Welcome here. If you would like to place an online order, this is the host code that you're going to use, ZQEKBXAC, okay? And that will go directly into my online store. What is June card class, you ask? Well, here it is. This is June card class, okay? And I'm just going to change it up just a smidge, but this is June card class. So it is a fun fold. And we are using the country birdhouse, okay, with the country design paper, etc. This color is Coastal Cabana. Doesn't that sound summery? So this is your beautiful fun fold card for June classes. Most of my in-home class and online classes have tended to be fun folds lately. Most of my lives, I do a simpler card, but my classes are normally a fun fold, okay? So don't forget to share. You will be entered in for the draw. If you place a $65 order with me in the month of May, I will send you this tutorial bundle. There are 41 projects in here. If you don't want to place an order, or if you're anywhere other than Canada and you still would like this bundle, $25 right down on the electronic transfer for May 2024 tutorial bundle, and I will get this bundle off to you, okay? Sherry, welcome here, and thank you for sharing. I appreciate that very much. Okay, let's get on to the class. So who is playing along? Because I did post a sketch, and obviously the sketch was all about scraps. So I got myself together, and here are some of my scraps, just some. Okay, sorry for the blurriness. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm wondering if it's my phone. I don't know. Maybe it's my internet. Okay, so these scraps are all from the Meandering Meadows. Okay, and these are actually, what did I do here? These are 1/4 of an inch in width. Okay, and they're just various lengths in length, or various sizes in length. I have to go back to bed. Okay, so here we go. This is just a basic white panel, and that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We will likely be cutting this down, but first let's get to all of this. You're going to grab your silicone mat, because we are going to get a little bit messy here. Okay, so here we go. And then you're going to use your adhesive of choice. For this method, I prefer the liquid glue. Another thing you can do is you can cut an adhesive sheet the same size as this. And if I have time, I'll do that. I don't know if I will, but you can cut an adhesive sheet and open up the adhesive sheet and place the whole thing down on that panel, okay? But we're going to do this with liquid glue. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to find a nice long one. So here is a nice long one. And this is the, this particular one is from the perennial postage, I believe it was called, okay? That is going to go down from this corner to that corner, but I want to, so here's my corner and here's my corner. I don't want to go right in the corner. I'm just going to go to the side of it and to the side of it, like so. But let's get some adhesive on here first. Whoa, and you don't need a lot. I tell my girls, dot, dot, not a lot, okay? So that has adhesive on this top portion. So we're just going to lay our very first strip down, not right in the corner, but just kissing it. And come on there. And let's just bring that up just a titch. Okay. Now I've got a little bit of glue here, but I'm not worried about it. Now 1/4 inch strips are pretty thin, okay? So you do want to be careful. You want to make sure you've got a straight edge. So see how this was just a piece of scrap? I definitely do not want to use that particular one. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive back here. Come on. Let's just move that up so that I've got a little bit of silicone mat. You can also use your tear and tape. It just takes a little bit longer with that. And then we're going to place this down, and I'm going to place that down right here, like so. And now in this section here, I'm just going to go back and forth. And there's no rhyme or reason as to what I grab, but I do. So here I've got a darker purple. I don't want another darker purple. I want something a little bit lighter, even that. So let's get, yeah, I want a different color. I hope I'm doing this right. I should have reviewed this, but I'm pretty sure I am. I'm pretty sure I am tracking. So that's going to go down there. Then we're going to go there. So we're just going to fill in that whole area. And I don't want to overthink it, but sometimes I do. So we're just going to be patient with each other here. I like this. I like the lighter blend down there. And it all comes together in the end. So your area that you're working in is going to slowly get smaller. I want to make sure that I'm butted right up. And now here I go this way. And what you can do as well, let's get one more down. I like that. I can also, I'm wondering, let's see, I've never done it this way. If I put, I should be, hi Janice, welcome here. Don't forget to share and you'll be entered for the draw. So I'm going to try that. So I put just a thin dotted area of adhesive down there. And I want to make sure that I'm butted up. Okay. Now what I want to do is I just want to cut off some of this excess because I could possibly use some of that. So we're just going to follow the card base And I've got glue on my scissors. We'll clean that off after. Okay, so back to that same area. Let's see, what else do we have? I should move over just a smidge so you can kind of see where I'm grabbing. You know what? Let's get another darker purple in there. And I need, whoops, sorry about that. I need a straight edge. See how that one is already cut? I need a straight edge. So there we go. So again, we're just going back and forth. And less is more. Oh boy, I hope that, see how there's a little bit of a, oh good, I avoided it. You want to make sure that you are working with a straight edge. Otherwise, it's not going to butt up nicely. Now we're going to move to the other side. And what do we want? We want something with, ooh, this might be fun. That would be very fun. And you know what? I think I like this idea of putting a smidge of glue on my card base rather than my strip, because now all of this hanging over is actually free of adhesive. You just want to be careful that you're not like oozing out. Okay, we need kind of pinky here. Let's get some pink there. That will be lovely. I like this kind of moldy part, not moldy, but like, what's the word I'm looking for? Dappled. Dappled. That's the word I'm looking for. Dappled. Mottled is what it was that I was trying to say. Okay. I should have used my little precision adhesive. Let's get that in there. Do you see this coming together? Who is doing this with me? So you're always going to rotate back and forth, okay? Let's get another darker purple in there. Bye, Dean. Drive safe. And this one is super thin. But I think that would look, this one looks like it's about 1/8 of an inch. So Dean has, I'm going to have to post pictures. Dean has built me some flower or a little garden box in the backyard and little flower beds. I'll take pictures and show you. You know what, Darlene? It is a fun technique. It really is. It's a little bit labor intensive, but it's I find it very relaxing. So every now and then with the long strips, I just want to kind of cut them off, because as I get, and my scissors are getting quite gluey, as I get closer to the smaller area, I'm going to be using shorter pieces, right? And now that I'm doing it this way, I'm thinking if I would have used an adhesive sheet, it probably would have gone down way faster, way faster. Okay, what am I looking for here? I want something a little bit marbly. I think I'm liking this. So I can go that way or that way, and I think I'm going to go that way. Let's put it down here. Yeah, next time when I do this, I am definitely going to use an adhesive sheet. And then what happens when you use an adhesive sheet is you're not ever worried about glue oozing out. Okay, I like that skinny little strip in there. So see how I'm getting really short pieces here. Now I can start pulling out, where did I put that? Pulling out some of these smaller ones that I cut away. And I would advise you when you're doing that, not to use scissors, because you want a true true flat piece like that. That is lovely. So you know what? Let's just, yeah, I'm wishing I would have used adhesive sheets, ladies. So don't do what I'm doing with the glue, because it would save you a whole bunch of time as well. And again, another shorter piece. We have a darker purple there, so we want to stay away from that. What else do I have in here? That would look really fun. So again, it's kind of different colors here. Sorry, girls, that you're just going to sit here and watch me go back and forth. So now, even smaller, let's go with a deeper purple. So even this piece, see how I've got a little bit of, come on, focus. It's not going to show you. So there's a little bit of cutaway here, so it's not square. But this area here is so small that it's still going to work. So we avoid all of that. Okay, getting pretty small in there. Let's take this little guy and give that a square slice. Yeah, definitely adhesive sheet, ladies. Definitely. So there is a tiny bit of adhesive on there, but I don't know that there's enough. It really is fun. And now look at, I've got that tiny little area, and I happen to have a tiny little piece from my cutaway. That's not going to quite work. Pretty close. Pretty close. So you know what? We're just going to put one little dot there. And let's grab what's on the other side of this. That's not going to work. I want a deeper color. Like, perfect. So now that whole side is done. Back and forth, back and forth. So kind of, I think it's called herringbone. So I'm just going to cut that away. And we're going to move to another side. And don't overthink it. So we're going to grab this one. I hope I'm doing this right. I'm pretty sure I am. So we're just putting a little bit of glue on that strip. And let's start another section. So now I need to put a dot right here. I didn't glue far enough down on that one. Okay, so now we're going to go back and forth. You can choose whatever section you want. It really does not matter. That is going to be super fun. Get some blue in there. Okay, so If I wanted it this way, I already have my straight edge, but I actually want it, oh, you know what? I don't. I want it this way because my sentiment would cover all of that, and I really like it. But I'm going to make this just a tad shorter, like about there. And did I make it too short? I did. I made it too short. Okay, we're going to save that for another section. Oh, you know what, Dar? Here's the thing. When you're doing this technique, ladies, do not overthink it because that's where the wheels are going to fall off. You know how when I send out an email, I want a pink. There you go. That's what I want. You know, when I send out an email and part of my, what am I trying to say? My salutation. How's that for a big word first thing in the morning? Says trust the paper. Just trust the paper, and it really will come together without stress. All you want to remember is that you're going back and forth. And so right here, I've got pinks. So right away, I know I want to pull in some purples, you know, or something entirely different, like even that. So do not overthink it. And you'll be surprised. You'll actually be quite impressed with yourself. So Dar, give it a go. Give it a go. Putting a tiny bit of adhesive on that strip. I started here. I went there. Now I'm going back down here. So just back and forth. I need some darker purple. So, and of course my doorbell rings and I can't answer it. So they're just going to have to wait. I do not have a square edge. So we're just going to slip that under. Make sure you're butted up nice and tight. Cut my square edge. Okay. Now I know I have a square edge to work with. Put your adhesive down on the strip or your card base, whatever you prefer. I'm kind of liking the card base because then that part that's sticking out is free of adhesive. But I would definitely use an adhesive sheet for sure. Now I've got this tiny little piece kicking around. If I squared that up, see how that little piece, I just need to square up that tip. So now I'm square. I went here. Now I'm going to go here. I want to make sure that I don't have overhang. And here we've got a darker purple. So I know when I get to the other side that I want a nice contrasting color. Okay. So even something like this, I'm liking that, just entirely different. I've got a little bit of the yellows down there. Sorry for whoever that was at my door. And see, I've got a tiny bit of glue oozing out there. So yeah, I definitely would not do it this way. I don't know why I did. We're going to find a piece of darker purple. And you know what? Here's that really thin guy again. I just need a square edge. Don't use your scissors because oftentimes we think we can for sure do a square edge, and if you're not right on, you're going to have holes in your design. Okay, so here we go. One more. Let's go into a beautiful pink. Just making sure that your edges are square. Darlene, I challenge you. Give it a go. Let's go into something entirely different, like this guy right here. Look at that. Yay! I for sure will not have time to do a second card, but somehow I feel like I have to come back and revisit this using adhesive sheet. Who agrees? Let's bring that down. I'm not. You can feel when you butt up against your little panels. I'm going to cut that square because I have a diagonal cut on it. Yep, Cheryl, I definitely will then. I will come back and do one with adhesive sheet. Let's get that beautiful, gorgeous grape down there. See how that is getting smaller and smaller. What do I want? I like that. Oh, there's adhesive on that side. Let's give that a slice. Yep, don't know why I didn't think of adhesive sheets at first. Well, I did, but chose to go this route. Bad decision. Let's just spread that glue out a little bit. Put this guy down. And now I've got that one little, and look at that. I bet you this little piece is going to fit right in there. Another section done. Okay, so now let's just flip that over and let's move here. So you can see how this is the last one that I did in this section here. So I'm going to go this way on in that section. And I think I am loving that. So I've got glue on my fingers. Hello, Wendy, welcome here. Yeah, you need to do it. I challenge every one of you, grab your strips and just do this. But don't do as I'm doing. Use an adhesive sheet, please. Please, please. And it's too late to start over. Do I want to go that way? Yes, I do. We're going to go that way with that. And now I'm going over to this side. So again, I'm doing that whole back and forth thing. And I'm loving that. Loving that. Just a thin strip. So once I get a little bit down on there, I'm just spreading it around. Wendy, thank you so much for sharing. Let me get your name down. I've got all these beautiful names in a hot little pile here. Okay, now we need, where were we? We were here, so now I'm going back there, okay? And it's quite easy to tell where you were last because you're just going to look at your design and you're going to be able to tell that this was the last piece that you put down because of where it's sitting. So I know that this is the side that I want. And let's get some pinks happening here on this section. And you know what? Depending on the design paper that you would use, this is actually a really cool technique for a masculine card. We were here, now we're going to jump up there. And let's get something, excuse me, different happening. almost done this section, and then we will have the other section. I will for sure come back and do this on an adhesive sheet. So if you are watching the replay, make sure you come back, because I will do this again using an adhesive sheet. That looks like a lot. Let's just try to bring that over. You can feel when you're butted up where you get everything. It's quite simple. I'm going to hop over to that side. Let's get a little bit of pink in there, or a little bit of that in there. How fun. Who has created a card using strips before? Once all of these are down, I have another step, so don't go away. I know this is probably quite painful to watch. Or are you enjoying the process? Ooh, look at this. That is gorgeous. Hello. Are you girls enjoying this, or? You know what, Sherry, you're right. You're right. But if you used an adhesive sheet, you seriously would blast through this a whole lot quicker, because see how I have to keep stopping to put adhesive down? If you had an adhesive sheet, you're gonna keep building, and actually this would be down in no time. No time at all. Let's get some of this gorgeous grape in here. Who is going to give this a go? I challenge you. Let's put that down. Kind of liking that. And let's see if this actually helps to speed up a little bit. So this is just a really thin line of adhesive. Ooh, I'm liking that. You just want to be careful that you don't turn around and stick your finger in it. We worked there. Let's hop back up here. Let's get some beautiful pinks in there. Let's grab, oh, what's on the other side of this little strip? Nope, I want a little bit of color. And I want a little bit of deeper color. I think I need to do some snipping. Time to snip. Time to snip away. I'm not worried about how straight I am, because I'm actually going to cut that down. Okay, and now I've got a whole lot more little strips. Some of them are sticky backed already. All the things that you would avoid if you did it properly in the first place. Let's square that one down. I was here, now I'm going to go there. Let's get a whole bunch of these squared up for me. Sorry for the blurriness. I'm wondering what, it's not, it doesn't seem as bad as it has been, but, and now we're really getting down to the nitty gritty here. What do I have? That would be sweet. And now I have, I don't know if you can see that, but I've got the tiniest little corner right there. And that's going to fit. We're just, no, it's not going to stick though. Let's just help it stick, because I don't want that white showing for sure. Let's just pop that down, and we're going to chopping that little guy off in a second. Last but not least section. Okay, so here we go again. If I look at this deep purple and I look at this, I can tell that this strip here would have been the last one that went down, so my next placement is going to be there. Okay, so it's not hard. It's just like Sherry said, a little bit labor intensive, but the adhesive sheet would be a game changer. It definitely would. Let's see what we have here. That is so perfect. Butt that up. Now we're going to go to the other side. So I want you to start thinking sentiment-wise, ladies. What should we put down for a sentiment? I'm going to square this one up. You want to keep your little cutter close by. Let's get something entirely different over here. Is that going to fit? Ooh, just. How perfect. So is this a thank you card? Is this a birthday card? I'm going to see if I can speed things up here a little bit. I might regret this. So I've got my adhesive all laid down on there. So we're just going to go piece by piece. So that one's down. We're going to scoot over to the other side. And again, I'm not overthinking, because the paper is going to do the work. Every now and then, if there's like, if I see that I haven't put a darker one down in a while, then I'll grab that, or a pink. Like I know I want a nice pink in here now. So let's grab that one and place that down. Okay. I've got this extra thin piece right here. That would look gorgeous there. Hop up to the other side. Let's put down another darker purple. I need a square edge. There's my square edge on that little guy. So that's like 1/8 of an inch. I've got kind of the Daffodil Delight happening there, so I know I want something entirely different and not a purple, because I just put a darker purple down, so I had a pink sitting around. So let's do that. That would be, I just did it there. Let's do something a little bit different, like that. So we're going to, actually, I've got a square edge right there. Pull that up a little bit. Getting down to it, girls. Getting down. Ooh, that is perfect. Perfect, perfect. And now I can put that down. And what do I want here? I think I want another little pink. So I'm still going back and forth. And I've got this one little section. Do I have anything kicking around? that would work. And I don't think I do. No, I want to go in the purples. So I'm going to just cut a square edge. No kidding. If I see you trash this card, you are in such trouble. Okay, so there you go. This is complete. We're going to flip that over. Again, we're not worried about perfection in cutting. So we're just going to cut all of that excess away. Girls, you are amazing that you would stick around. Who is still here with me? Oh my goodness. You have endured. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take that crazy beautiful looking thing. We're going to put that in the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder. Let's run that through. And yeah, I need ideas for the sentiment, okay? And the stampin'chezmoi and my Denise Willerton, that color is Gorgeous Grape, okay? Which is featured all over in here. Isn't that fun? And the trick is, do not overthink it. Now we're going to get our, I hope this is going to work, because my guillotine cutter is on the other side. I want to cut this down, and I want to cut this down to, let's take 1/8 of an inch off all around. Do I? Yeah, 1/8 of an inch. So this is 4 1/4. So let's take 1/8 of an inch on that side. You want to make sure that you press nice and tight. So now I'm at 5 1/4. So let's take 1/8 of an inch off on that side. We're just going to get nice and square is what we're doing. So now we are there. So let's take another 1/8 of an inch and just cleaning up my edges. That kind of didn't work, probably because of my glue. So I'm just cleaning up the little, what we grew up calling picots. I don't know why. You know, when you're, who remembers wearing leotards? Who remembers as a girl wearing leotards? That did not cut. My blade must be getting dull with this hot mess happening here. We're going to give that a slice with our little guillotine. And I should have maybe just done that in the first place. There we go. Okay, so now all of my edges are nice and clean. So who wore leotards as a little girl? So did we. And I don't know why. When I was a little girl, the word leotard was really hard for me to say. Maybe because in French, it just didn't roll off properly. What happened here? What is this? This is 5 1/4 by 4. And my card base is here. So I want this even smaller. Okay. Now I'm really nervous. So 5 and whoopsie, sorry, I smacked you. Okay, so 5 1/4 by 4. So I want this to be 5 1/8 And I am going to mark where 5 1/8 is so that I can cut it on my guillotine cutter, because it'll cut way nicer. So 5 1/4, 5 1/4, so 5 1/8 by 4, so that'll be 3 7/8. Okay, here we go. So we're going to cut that. So I used to call them Teeler-tollers. Don't ask. Oh, too bad. Well, you know what? I don't know how to say leotards in French would be léotard, but I used to call them Teeler-tollers. And I don't know if this happened with you, but our Teeler-tollers ended up getting little balls of fluff on them. I don't know. What do you call those in English? My sister Anita and I called them picots. I don't know what the right word is, but that's what we called them. So I grabbed my little slicer and I cut that off, okay, with my little, you can use your orange Fiskars thing. And now this is going to fit nicely on that panel like so. Let's see. Should I take just a smidge more off? And I think I'm going to, right on this side. You called them tards. They pilled. That's what it was. Well, you know what? We didn't call it pilling. I don't know why. We called it picots. And maybe that was just kind of, I don't know. Is that a French word, Lucy? Picot? I don't know. My girlfriend Lucy is French. Perfect. Okay. Let's get our... So yes, I call them Teeler-tollers and got picots on them. And so when I cut this panel that I'm working on, I had little picots on it. So it was like, yeah, my Stampin' Trimmer's not working. We need a precision cutter. So let's get that down on here. So now we've got a gorgeous grape panel. And I am going to just burnish the edge because my gorgeous grape was cut. And I've got a little bit of lifting on it. There, that's perfect. Okay, this is going to go down on our card base. And I need you girls to help me with a sentiment. We've got Dear Friend on Spotlight of Nature. You can't really see it. I've got Thank You for Being You, Happy Birthday. Just a note to let you know that you are loved. Okay. Yeah, so those are some ideas for our sentiments. Yeah, pills. They were little pills. We called them picots. Or we would say, I got picotettes. We thought that was plural for picots. Oh, Wendy, I wonder why. I wonder if you just, if there's a storm rolling in. Wendy, you did share. So if you win, I will let you know. Okay. So there is our card on our card base, but we need a sentiment, just a note to let you know that you are loved. Let's do that. There it is. And that's from Magnolia Mood. Very interesting, Cheryl, that you chose the sentiment from there, because I'm going to show you why I say that. Let's get that down on there. And we're going to actually, you know what? I'm going to use my Stamparatus because I might want to stamp that more than once. just so that I get a nice deep color. Where did I put my scrap? I'm going to put that down right there. And I think I might cut that. I'll show you how I do that. I often do it for my girls when they come to class. When it comes to fussy cutting, they kind of look at me like, seriously, we're fussy cutting? And I'm like, I'll cut it for you. Because I love to fussy cut. I'm a strange one. Okay, let's get that inked up. Tap, tap. Tap, tap, not smash, smash. Grab your pressure tool. And let's just ink that up again. Get some nice deep color in there. There we go. I like that. Okay. Gorgeous grape. And then don't fall. This looks a little precarious. Let's not put that there. Let's grab our scissors, our gluey scissors. And all you're going to do is you are going to turn the paper. When you come to places where you want it kind of rounded, you're just going to turn the paper. So the paper and the scissors are doing all the hard lifting. We're going to turn the paper, turn it, and I like to work down in my scissor, not at the tip. Turn, going up here, so we're going to turn it again. Let's come back down off the T and come back up. And I'm just moving the paper here with my finger if it's getting caught. Okay, and then we're just going to turn. And then I like to just kind of make sure that I don't have like a square edge, and then I would just very gently snip that. Okay, so here we go. That's going to go down on here, but we need some decoration. This came from the same stamp set that Cheryl chose the sentiment from. Okay, so this is Magnolia Mood. So I love that right there. And this I can just tuck away for another card. Doesn't that stamp incredibly? So that's a Magnolia. Okay, so what do you think? Is this a go? Is this a go? Let me bring it a little bit closer. Should we put this down like so? What do you think? Looks a little blurry, but you can kind of get an idea. I mean, I could use this as well, but I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Or we do this and this. Do you prefer it that way? It's a go. It's a go. We're going to use dimensionals on everything. When you're creating a card, if you want your sentiment to really pop, always use dimensionals. Don't flat glue your sentiment, okay? So do we like these two elements on either side, or do we like them off on one side, or both of them on this side? What do we think? While I'm waiting for you, I actually don't mind that. I'm going to put dimensionals on that, and I will wait to see. Yeah, definitely too much with the big one, but it's stunning. It is absolute, like, this stamp set stamps so beautifully. Let's get some dimensionals behind our sentiment, and I am waiting to hear if we are putting these together, that one's too thick. I'm getting really thin here, so I like to cut my dimensionals down. Both on the left. Yeah, I think so too, Cheryl. So that's going to go down here. Let's get some dimensionals behind these guys. I wonder who is winning today's card. Who hasn't won in a while? Who has not won in a while? Let me know, and maybe that'll be kind of a clue as to where my fingers are going to go when I pick up. Not that I know, because I don't. I have not a clue. Okay, let's get these down. Yep, I agree, Wendy. Left side it is. My original card, I had it on the right side, and I'm preferring the left side. That's why it's always fun to create a card with you girls. I got a little bit of glue on my sentiment. There we go. Let's take this off, just removing my backing. Let's tuck you down like so. Nope, let's not. Let's tuck you down like so. Let's remove the backing. Oh, I love it when you girls are chatting with each other. It's our little community. So there we go. And last, but certainly not least, are these stunning, and this is called adhesive backed pearl trios. Look at that. Yeah, it doesn't really, it doesn't do it justice. Not fair. Let's get 3 of these gems on here. Ooh, that's going to show up really nice against that dark. And I always like to have 2 kind of close by, and then 1 off elsewhere, like right there. Okay, now I don't know if you can see the texture on that. It's trying to focus. Maybe this is better. Can you see the texture? There it is. Look at that texture on there. Isn't that gorgeous? And there's the 2 pearls, and there's the other guy right there. So there is the card. There is the card. Next time, adhesive sheets, girls, because I bet you in the time that I did this with adhesive sheets, I could probably create 2 cards. Okay, I'm going to call out the girls that have shared, and we're going to draw for the winner of this card, Lucy. And please let me know if I have missed your name, okay? Darlene, Karen, Cheryl, Barb, she shared earlier, Wendy, and Sherry. So Wendy, you're in there, and now Sherry. Now, have I missed anyone? Have I missed anyone that shared? There's about a 20-second delay, or 30. Not 100% sure what it is, but I'll wait. Thank you so much, Darlene. Thanks, girls. And thank you for hanging in there with me. Wow, you should all get a card for that. That's incredible. I think I have everyone. I think I do. So there's my little bucket. I'll move that away from the Yeah, you seriously need to give this a go. It is so fun. And what a great way to use up scraps. And you don't have to emboss it. I just like to. I think it just adds a little something. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I'm going to go put my grubs on and I'm going to play in my garden before the rains come. Let's see who has won today's card. I've got one name in my hand, and the winner is Sherry. So, Sherry, you have won this card. I will pop that in the mail for you because I know that you are not local and I do have your address. So, that will be in the mail either Friday or Monday, depending on when I get to the post office. I want to thank you all so much, excuse me, for hanging out with me and giving up an hour of your day. It means an awful lot. I am loving my new 10 a.m. time. I find that um, I can get focused right away, first thing in the morning. I know this is happening, and then I have the rest of my day rather than um, having a 1 o'clock live where in the morning I'm kind of like, okay, I'm ready, and then, yeah, anyway, I'm enjoying my 10 a.m. class. I hope you all are as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you next week, 10 a.m., right here. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your weekend. Have a blessed rest of your day. Mwah. Thanks for coming. Bye, ladies.